Stop everything. What I'm about to tell you will shake your heart and make you question everything you thought you knew about fame, power, and truth. Imagine this, a courtroom packed so tight you can barely breathe. Cameras flash like lightning, capturing every move. The silence is so heavy it feels like the whole world has stopped. Then, a sharp sound breaks the stillness. The judge's voice thunders across the room. Alexander Price, Renee Lawson, and Valerie Stone, you are guilty of Marcus Hawley's murder. You are sentenced to life in prison. The words hang in the air like a bomb. The world freezes. Gasps fill the room. Marcus's mother screams, a sound so full of pain that it cuts like a blade through the crowd. She collapses, sobbing, her grief echoing off the courtroom walls. Journalists drop their pens. Spectators cry openly. The air feels heavy with anger and sadness, almost impossible to bear. Outside, the world explodes. Thousands of people flood the streets, holding banners high. Justice for Marcus. Expose the killers. The chants are loud, fierce, unstoppable. Social media bursts into chaos. Videos go viral. Hashtags trend worldwide. And just when it seems like the storm can't grow any stronger, a new shock hits. A leaked audio recording. A trembling voice, unmistakably Alexander Price, says, "If Marcus talks, everything falls apart. He must be stopped." The world recoils. The image of glamorous stars is ripped away, revealing secrets and lies hidden underneath. The betrayal feels unbearable. This isn't just another scandal. This is a tragedy that will be written in history books, a reminder that even those we idolize can hide the darkest truths. The judge's gavel slammed again, the sound echoing like a gunshot. People gasped. Some shouted. Others sat frozen, their minds struggling to process what they were hearing. Life in prison for three people once celebrated as icons. Faces adored by millions now branded as killers. And not just any victim. Marcus Hale wasn't an ordinary person. He wasn't just another actor. He was a voice for truth, a young man, full of courage, with secrets that could have destroyed an empire. That's why they silenced him. The cameras zoomed in on the accused. Alexander's once confident eyes were hollow, his charm gone. Renee's hands shook, gripping the table so tightly her knuckles turned white. Valerie tried to stay calm, but tears streamed down her face. Their masks of grace and power were shattered. And then it came again, the sound of Marcus's mother's scream. It was raw, filled with so much pain and anger that even the hardest people in the room broke down. Reporters wiped their eyes. A juror covered his face. Even the judge's voice trembled as he repeated the sentence. It wasn't just justice being served. It was an earthquake ripping through the foundations of an entire industry. Outside, the protests grew louder. Thousands gathered, their voices rising together. Justice for Marcus, no more lies. Police formed barricades. Helicopters roared overhead, but nothing could silence the crowd. News anchors shouted over the chaos, their voices competing, with chants that shook the streets. And then, another shock. A bombshell leak hit the internet, a secret recording, posted anonymously. The clip was short, but its impact was huge. Alexander's voice again, low and panicked. "If Marcus talks, we're done. He knows everything. Stop him." Within minutes, the recording played on every news channel. Millions watched in disbelief, their hands shaking as they replayed it again and again. Alexander, Renee, Valerie no longer beloved stars, but villains. The world felt betrayed. People had trusted them, admired them, loved them. Now, they were monsters. Childhood memories turned sour. Entire families sat stunned in front of their screens, unable to process what they were hearing. Across the globe, cities erupted. In London, people marched with candles. In Toronto, crowds filled the streets, chanting for justice. In New York, Times Square lit up with screens replaying the trial, the verdict, and Marcus's mother's scream. Paris, Berlin, Johannesburg, everywhere, people demanded answers. And then came the next wave. Documents leaked, revealing Marcus's secret work. He wasn't just an actor, he was preparing to reveal the dark side of the industry. Exploitation, abuse, corruption, hidden parties, secret deals, lives ruined behind closed doors. Marcus was going to expose it all. That's why they silenced him. His diary surfaced. One chilling line stood out. "If I die, remember this. I died because I told the truth. But the truth will outlive me." The line spread like wildfire. People shared it online, spray painted it on walls, tattooed it on their skin. Protesters shouted it in unison, their voices echoing across city streets. Marcus's mother stood outside the courthouse, cameras surrounding her, tears streaming as she said, "They took my son from me, but his truth belongs to the world." Her words broke the internet. Within hours, millions watched the clip, many crying along with her. The world was united in grief and fury. Meanwhile, Alexander, Renee, and Valerie were taken away in prison vans. Once adored, now hated, they sat in silence, their faces pale and broken. Every move they made was followed by cameras, but the people wanted more. They wanted every secret uncovered, every name revealed. Investigators promised the leaks were only the beginning. Whistleblowers came forward with more shocking truths. The industry, once golden, began to crumble. As night fell, the world stayed awake. People lit candles, held vigils, and whispered Marcus's words, "The truth never dies." It wasn't just a trial anymore. It was a movement, a revolution, a line in history that marked the day the shadows of fame were dragged into the light. But it didn't stop there. Within 24 hours, hackers released Marcus's private files, videos, recordings, hidden documents. The first video stunned everyone. Marcus sat in a dim room, his voice trembling but strong. "If you are watching this, I didn't survive. They will call me a liar, but I had proof. Please don't let them bury the truth." The video went viral instantly. People wept as they watched his haunted but determined eyes. His courage lit a fire in millions. Then came another recording. This time, it was the killer's. Alexander's cold voice. "He knows too much." Renee's sharp response. "Then it ends tonight." Valerie's chilling words. "No witnesses." The world froze. It was no longer rumor. It was fact. Hashtags erupted. Hashtag justice for Marcus. Hashtag expose the truth. Protesters stormed the industry's headquarters. Stars' plaques were destroyed. Posters ripped down. Anger boiled over. And still, the leaks came. Marcus's full diary was published. Page after page revealed names, secrets, power games hidden from the public. One line chilled readers. "They call themselves the Circle, and they will kill to protect their secrets." The story shook governments. Hearings were held. Studios shut down. Bank accounts frozen. Entire productions canceled. What was once seen as a world of glamour was now a crime scene. And through it all, Marcus's mother became the face of the movement. Standing before crowds, diary in hand, she cried out, "They thought killing my son would kill the truth. But the truth is alive, and the world will not rest until they are all exposed." Her words became chants, songs, and banners carried worldwide. The leaks didn't stop. Marcus's laptop revealed even more videos from private parties, contracts signed in blood, deals that destroyed lives, famous faces blurred, then revealed. The evidence was undeniable. The circle was real, and it was crumbling. Cities burned with protests. Millions marched. In Tokyo, crowds sang his final words, "The truth never dies." In Lagos, a million voices shouted his name. In Paris, candles lit the night sky. Marcus had become more than a man. He was a symbol of courage, a martyr whose truth could not be silenced. And still, the whispers grew. Who else was in the circle? The world waited as new names leaked. Each revelation shook the earth. Heroes became villains. Legends turned to dust. The betrayal was too deep, too raw. Yet one thing remained clear. Marcus's words, spoken in his final days, carried the weight of a movement. If I die, fight for me. Those words became the heartbeat of a generation. Children learned them, protesters tattooed them, cities painted them on walls. The dream world of fame was now a battlefield of truth, and as the last files dropped, the truth was undeniable. The circle, once untouchable, was haunted. One by one, they fell. But for Marcus's family, nothing could bring him back. His mother, standing strong yet broken, said in her final public speech, "They tried to silence my son. But tonight, the world is louder than ever." His blood wrote the truth into history. And history will never forget. And so, Marcus's tragedy became eternal. Not just a scandal, not just a trial, but a revolution that turned the bright lights of fame into flames of truth. The world thought it had seen everything. It hadn't, because this wasn't the end, it was the beginning of a war for the truth.